Y'all, that was a penitentiary-style ass whooping right there. That was a penitentiary-style ass whooping that Errol Spence Jr. just delivered to Yordenis Ugas, right? Errol Spence pulled up on Ugas and say, you know what? I need that commissary. I need that about you. And I'm going to beat it about you. And that's exactly what he did tonight, man. Beautiful performance by Errol Spence Jr. all the way around. Let me just say this, man. When I saw them get into the ring, I said, oh, shit. Like, Yordenis Ugas is bigger than Errol. Like, he was visibly bigger than Errol. And I say, you know what? We're going to see what Errol is made of, because now he's fighting a bigger guy. A guy that, and I ain't really never seen too many guys be bigger than Errol at all. So I'm like, this is a dude that Errol's going to have, like, we're going to see if Errol can push him back. And that's what he tried to do at first. Errol tried to push him back at first, but Yordenis Ugas said, no, I'm not going. I'm here. Let's fight. Let's scrap it out. And I said, damn, Errol going to be in for a fight right now. He's going to have to break him down. And eventually throughout the fight, that's exactly what happened. Yordenis Ugas was standing his ground at first, but then eventually, Errol Spence Jr., I'm talking about that sustained body attack is tremendous by Errol. Errol's best, his best attributes are his relentlessness, his durability, and I mean, I don't know, like the dude's durability, his motor, his stamina is incredible, because it doesn't matter what happens, he keeps coming. If you can't hurt him, he's going to stay there all night and going to wear you down. And eventually he started chopping at Yordenis Ugas' body like Paul Bunyan chopping at a goddamn tree. I'm going to break your big ass down until we get to the result that I want. And that's what happened. Errol Spence had to break Yordenis Ugas' will, and it wasn't easy. Ugas was tough as hell. He said, no, this is my moment. He done came over here from Cuba, defected from Cuba. He's been caught several times. He's like, listen, I'm not finna fold right now. Errol, you're going to have to beat me. And so Errol said, you know what? You tough. But let's go ahead. Let's scrap it out. I'm going to let you know I'm going to be out on top, man. And this is one thing I noticed, man. After, in any fight, once you start going to that body, eventually the wear and tear wears a fighter down. It will wear a fighter down eventually. It's cumulative. I once saw Chris Van Heerden talking about Errol Spence. And he was speaking about that Boots Ennis hits harder than Errol off one punch. But Errol's sustained work, eventually the wear and tear just weighs on you. And after a while, you say, oh shit, my body feeling different. And I think that's what happened with Ugas. After Errol started welling at the body, it started hurting after a while. It started getting to him. The wear and tear started building up where your legs will eventually go. And that's what happens. Ugas' legs start going because them shots on the side of the body, pounding on the side of the body like that, pounding on the side of the body. It started to get to Ugas where his feet started looking like it was stuck in mud. He couldn't move. He couldn't go nowhere. So everybody was like, oh my God, Ugas just standing right in front of him. He's not moving. He was at first, but eventually Errol wore him down. And that's what happens. I'm going to break you down to where you're going to sit here. Especially if you want to bang with me, I'm going to come in and get in here, and I'm going to make you take these punches, and that's exactly what happened, man. Errol's cardio is amazing. It's amazing. One thing I also noticed, too, Ugas is a great counterpuncher. He was landing some tough shots in there, too. He was landing some sneaky shit He was landing some sneaky shit in there on Errol, right? And I'm like, ooh, Errol getting caught with some stuff, right? But then Errol, I'm going to tell you, that brother, he not like a Floyd Mayweather, Sweet Pea dodging, no, but he will parry shots. He good at holding that damn phone. Catching it. I say, yeah, Errol is a very disciplined fighter in that ring, to where eventually he'll start noticing patterns and he'll figure certain things out. And then he'll start to parry your shots. He blocks a lot of shots. And we saw this in the fight tonight. In this fight, Errol Spence outlanded Yordenis Ugas 216 to 96 when it came to total punches. And you saw it, man. The wear and tear was going crazy. It was just working. He was working. Errol Spence's work rate is another one of his best attributes. The way that he works, outworking people, his work rate stays the same. No matter what's going on in the fight, he keeps coming. Even in the Sean Porter fight, where Sean was putting up a great effort, not only a valiant effort, but a sustained, successful effort against Errol Spence. That's the most I've ever seen Errol Spence get hit ever. But even when Errol was getting hit, he still was right in Sean's shit, right in his grill, like, you know what, I'm here. Let's scrap. Let's get it in. I'm in here. And then eventually Errol was able to time Sean Porter, I think it was a left hook that dropped Sean and got the knockdown, right? But you know what? It's so crazy when I'm watching this fight. I'm seeing people say stuff like, "Oh, Ugas he was just there to get a check. He was just there to get a check. He wasn't even throwing back. Errol, he was just there to get a check. They wanted Errol to win. Ugas wasn't even doing nothing. He didn't look like this against Manny Pacquiao because Pacquiao was old at that point. Pacquiao wasn't doing the same thing Errol was doing. Okay, he wasn't throwing back because he felt that shit clipping him. And then he stopped. Errol made him stop doing that. He made him stop. And he made him respect him. So you got to keep a person honest. Errol kept him honest with the jab and them damn uppercut. Errol was throwing uppercuts from hell through that guard. And the eye starts swelling up. And it's funny though, because coming into the fight, everybody had questions about Errol's ability for his eye to hold up, right? They're like, I don't know if Errol's eye gonna hold up when he's in there with a guy like Yordenis Ugas. Yordenis Ugas is a great counterpuncher. He might time it. They might start working on that eye, especially with what we were hearing from Yordenis Ugas' trainer. But what's crazy is that Ugas is the one that got his eye messed up in the first place, man. And it is what got Errol to stop it. It's not only the eye, but Errol's work rate and how he was going to town on Ugas, beating him up, pummeling him. You know what I mean? So I don't want to hear this, all that shit y'all was talking before the fight. Y'all was talking shit. Oh, Errol gonna get his ass kicked tonight. He finna see what the real fighter is. His ass ain't gonna get a chance for Undisputed. He finna get whooped tonight. I'm praying. Everybody praying and hoping to God that Errol loses. Somebody, he gonna get it. He ain't on shit. Errol ain't nothing. He about to see what a real fighter is. They come from Cuba. He finna show him. Because dude ain't come to lose. Errol finna get his ass whooped. And now Errol whooped the shit out that boy. Now it's, oh, the fight was fixed and all that bullshit. Cut it out, fam. Just say you don't like dude and keep it at that. Because I don't care what nobody say. That is Errol Spence. That's one of Errol Spence's best performances to me. Since he's been in the elite conversation. An elite fighter, that fight is his best performance to me. And I love the Kell Brook performance. I love the Mikey Garcia performance, but Mikey was a smaller guy. Kell had a great moments in that fight. He was winning the fight up until a certain point when Errol hurt that eye and started going to town and breaking him down systematically. But this was prime Errol Spence, showing you what he can do and showing you, listen, I may not have the pizzazz, I may not have the flashiness, I may not have all the tricks of the trade that everybody likes to say, oh my God, he may not be the most athletic, but what he is consistent. He has great fundamentals, he's relentless, his work rate is high, he's durable, and he's gonna keep coming at you all fucking night, and he's tough as fucking nails. He is Tim Duncan when it comes to boxing. So that analogy or comparison, was excellent from Errol and Tim Duncan. Fundamentally sound and just like the basics, but it gets the job done all the time. All the time. Because what people fail to realize is that, yeah, Errol isn't like the great at everything, but he's good at everything. And that leads up to him being an ultimate great fighter. Right? So yeah, it may look basic, but he does a lot of shit people don't see. He has a lot. I don't even think we've seen Errol's whole full tool bag for real. But when I saw him fight tonight against a bigger dude that was soundly, it was visible. Ugas was bigger than him, and Ugas wasn't going at first. And Errol said, you know what? I'm gonna chop your big ass down like a tree. We're gonna go Paul Bunyan style. I'm gonna axe you down until you give up and give in, and I'm gonna break your will. And that's what happened, man. I'm gonna say this too. Lawrence, what's his name? Lawrence Cole. His ass is a terrible referee, right? Because at one point, first he kept just stopping the fight. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? What is going on? And we will see this moment too, because this is the controversial moment. Everybody like, oh my God, the ref saved Errol. Errol was, oh my God. What happened was, y'all saw it. I'm going to just say it again. Errol Spence got hit with a shot and his mouthpiece flew out. Errol started looking for his mouthpiece. I don't know why Errol was doing that. You know what I'm saying? I think he just had a whatever moment, you know what I'm saying, and forgot where he was. He's looking for the mouthpiece instead of looking for the punches. Ugas hit him with something. It stunned Errol. Errol fell back against the ropes, and Ugas landed with another shot, right? And then, Errol trying to compose himself, he go back into fighting because Errol forgot, listen, mouthpiece hit the floor until the ref stops everything and lets you get the mouthpiece. It's a live fight, right? So then eventually they stopped the fight, let Errol get his mouthpiece. Errol did get rocked, you know what I'm saying? But he gathered himself, stayed composed, and made it out of the round. And then after that, Errol was dedicated to giving a severe ass whooping, like whooping your kid ass, like Joe Jackson whooped. Oh my God, it's not funny, but like Joe Jackson whooped the Jackson kids. That one of them ass whoopings right there. You know what I'm saying? In penitentiary style, and it was overwhelming for Yordenis Ugas. Everybody, he wasn't even throwing back. This is fixed. This rigged. Now don't talk that shit now, because y'all swore up and down Errol was gonna get his ass kicked. Now it's it's rigged. No. Acknowledge that boy. That boy went out there and gave a great performance. And I would say, you know what I'm saying? And I'm an Errol Spence fan, but I respect the fuck out of Terrence Crawford because he's an excellent fighter. And y'all know damn well if Terrence would have did this to Ugas, y'all would have been shit. The boy was out there doing the thing. Shit, he got busy, man. Shit, what else they want Terrence to do? He's beating up on him. What they want him to do? What more they want Terrence to do? Kill a man? But now, since they stopped it for Errol, they gave it to him. It was a gift. It was a gift. No, man. Errol made that boy stop doing what he was doing. He neutralized him and made him respect him from the punch output, the punch, the pop on them punches, the damage that Yordenis Ugas was taking. It made him respect Errol Spencer, where he said, "Shit, I can't do nothing. I'm getting hit every time he throw 2 punches." Errol coming back with 5, 6, 7, coming through the guard with the uppercut. He wasn't playing tonight for real, and the boy is the truth, you know. And this is the thing that I respect after the fact. After the fight, because everybody, well, I bet Errol won't say nothing about Terrence, though. I bet he won't call Terrence's name out. Let's see if that motherfucker call his name out. You know Errol's scared. His ass gonna say he gonna be with the cows and chickens again. And Errol Spence said, you know what's next, man? I want Terrence Crawford. I'm gonna come take his shit, too. Terrence, I'm gonna take your motherfucking belt or whatever. And he was talking his shit for the first time. Everybody ain't never seen Errol talk shit like that. And that's what I respect about Errol. Errol ain't gonna talk shit until he know that shit is signed, sealed, and delivered. Now he did exactly what he told everybody he was gonna do. I'm gonna clear my side of the street out, and then after that, I'm coming to fight Terrence Crawford, and we're gonna have this undisputed fight and make it worthwhile. And that's what happened. He said, "I'm coming, Terrence. I'm coming for you. We gonna get it in there. I'm gonna get in there. I'm coming to get them belts. I'm coming to take his shit." Terrence Crawford then get on Twitter and say, basically, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of that side of the street shit. None of that. Let's get it, right? Then he said, you know what? You're going to keep my belts warm until the end of the year and all of that. That's what Terrence Crawford said. Then, listen, it's all well. It's all good. Now it's time to scrap, man. And I told y'all, neither fighter is scared to eat, and neither fighter. Errol Spence wasn't going to talk shit until he knows he does exactly what he said he was going to do, and everything takes place. Now I'm going to talk shit to your ass. Now we going to go in there and we going to go talk greasy. We're going to make it happen. We're going to build up the hype of this fight. And this is the fight of the decade. Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Bud Crawford. This is the fight in boxing to be made. The premier fight that I want to see. Now, it was always Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua and Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. Both Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua have taken losses. They don't have the straps anymore, but I still would love to see that fight. I'm still watching it. I'm buying it. I'm listening. I'm all in on Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. But right now, the biggest fight to make in boxing is Terrence Bud Crawford, Errol Spence Jr., man. Y'all know EJ, my dog. I really rock with that brother. That brother's, and I rock with him for the way he fights, his mindset. This is after all that shit that boy done been through, the resiliency of that brother is commendable. It's respectable. You know what I mean? They like, oh, well, he did it to himself with the drinking or whatever. And even if that's the case, the boy changed his lifestyle from what we see. Living out on the farm, getting away from all of the distractions and all of that. And I heard Derrick James saying, listen, from this point on, we stay in the gym. We keep all this shit up. We keep it up. We keep working like this. We keep putting in this work. We keep putting on beautiful performances like this. If we keep staying at it like you've been, you stay like this, we in there. We in there to take what's ours. We in there. And that was real. You know what I mean? But I'm going to say this, man. Like, I rock with Errol. I fuck with Errol because not only the fact that his fighting ability, his mindset, but the brother got knowledge of self. Knowledge of the black man, who he is, where he come from, and he pays homage to that, and he does that unapologetically. And that's what I respect. You know, Errol take pictures with a whole lot of folks and all of that, show love to a lot of the black media people on YouTube, give him a lot of respect. He go do interviews with him, he talk to him and all of that. That is something that I commend and respect because Errol knows the black fan base was the ones that was riding for Errol, riding for him all the way through. They the one that was popping him to the front, popping him to the forefront. You know what I mean? Before people got on him, before when of course they heard about Floyd Mayweather, the sparring match and all of that. But the black YouTubers was the one pushing both him and Terrence Crawford. And Errol recognizes that, and he ride with them boys. He respect the LDBC and respect all the other black media outlets that rock with him, man. So I respect that. But nonetheless, strictly fighting, man, Errol Spence, this was a beautiful performance. Beautiful performance. This is something that's a statement. It's the best Errol didn't look that I didn't see, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, y'all let me know what y'all think of the fight. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Peace.